up on the bridge.
Why are you killing yourself?
Today we're talking about December 7th, 1994. An incident where Howard Stern, a man that was known for pushing the boundaries of, well, everything, faced a life or death situation live on air. It's a moment that changed a life, and I bet you're just wondering how it all unfolded. By the winter of 1994, Howard Stern was riding high. His radio show was dominating the airwaves, drawing millions of listeners with its mix of celebrity interviews, offbeat humor, and outrageous stunts. Stern was at the top of his game, and he was full of controversy. But on December 7th, something unexpected happened. A phone call came in that no one saw coming.
Up on the bridge.
Why are you killing yourself?
It started like any other segment. Stern and his co-hosts were bantering and cracking jokes. Then a producer handed Stern a note. Caller on a line, says he's on a bridge, thinking about jumping. The mood in the studio shifted. Stern took a deep breath and picked up the call. The man, anonymous and desperate, explained his situation.
Life sucks sometimes, you know? And I've been here before. I come here often to think, and I regret the moment that I haven't jumped earlier.
What do you got? You got a job?
He described being on a bridge and ready to end his life. His words were raw, filled with pain and hopelessness. Imagine the pressure that Stern faced. He was known for his brash persona, but now faced a real-life crisis. And what he did next surprised everyone. Stern handled the situation in a way that only he could. Still cracking jokes, but keeping the man on the line.
I might join you, so let me think about it for a second. I'm sick of living too.
For the next several minutes, Stern kept the man talking. He asked thoughtful, probing questions designed to keep the man engaged.
You're not right over the edge of the bridge yet where you could jump. You're on the side where people walk, right?
Of course.
Right.
What made this moment so powerful was Stern's ability to balance empathy with lightheartedness. It was classic Stern, injecting humor into a tense situation, and it was working. The man would laugh, even if just for a moment, and that was meaningful. Behind the scenes, producers contacted emergency services, but Stern knew that time was important. He had to keep the man from making a tragic decision before help arrived. Minutes felt like hours, and every word mattered. Stern listened while offering reassurance and encouragement. Finally, Howard received word that the man was safe.
The police are here. They got him handcuffed now.
They got him in handcuffs? Good.
Yeah,
That's all I was doing. Once again, I kept him on the line until he jumped.
What followed was a wave of emotion, not just in the studio, but across the airwaves. Listeners continued to call in, overwhelmed with what they just heard. Some shared their own stories of struggle, thanking Stern for showing compassion in a way that they hadn't expected. Even the media, who was often critical of Stern, couldn't ignore the gravity of what just happened. Headlines praised his quick thinking and empathy. Stern downplayed the event in interviews, insisting that he simply did what anyone else would have.
I'm not comfortable calling myself a hero, Robin. I did what any human being would do.
Not everyone does these kind of things. You're a hero.
Well, thank you for saying that. I'm embarrassed to hear it.
But for fans and mental health advocates, it was more than just that. The fact that this man reached out to a radio host rather than a crisis hotline speaks volumes about Stern's influence. In the years since that day, mental health awareness has grown, but the lessons from Stern's actions remain relevant. Sometimes, the simple act of listening can make all the difference. Howard Stern's career is filled with unforgettable moments, but December 7th, 1994 stands out. On that day, he wasn't just a radio host, but a lifeline. If you have any Howard Stern stories, share them in the comments below. I know there's lots. And don't forget to like and subscribe as I review the events of every day 30 years ago.